Hi, it's Carrie here at Barefoot Consultants, and gosh, welcome to the October newsletter video, training video. I'm out and about in beautiful Huatulco, Mexico, my home, and today I want to talk about the 7 best places to volunteer in your home community, which is why I decided to venture out into my home community and to bring you these ideas. So the feature article for this month, I focused on those of you who might be wanting to teach if you don't have a degree. And one of the recommendations is that you get some experience volunteering in your home community. And I know that sometimes if you really haven't thought about this, you don't really have any idea about who might be teaching English around your community. Where would you reach out to? So I'll start with the most obvious. Number one is schools. Most schools nowadays, especially in the United States and Canada, they have students who do not speak English well. Even public primary schools and secondary schools have many immigrant students, and so oftentimes they will have classes that are focused on teaching people to learn English as a second language. So that is an obvious choice, public and private schools. The second one is community centers and cultural centers. And again, this is really reaching out to the immigrant population in your home country. So who are those people who are coming in from the outside who don't have mastery over the English language yet? And what resources are they turning to in order to get some help with that? And a lot of times these are community centers and cultural centers right there in your hometown. So another one is, of course, language institutes, places of business that specialize in teaching language. And these would have paying students that would be taking classes from them. I mean, this is just like any language school you would find in Barcelona or Beijing, right? Only maybe it happens to be in your hometown. And they offer classes in English. So you can go and ask, hey, I'm really interested in teaching English. As a matter of fact, I have my certification. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. But I would really like to get some practical experience. Would it be okay for me to sit in on some of your classes and observe your teachers? And then maybe after some time, and you might not want to lead off with this, that you could actually help in the classroom, just taking students who are struggling perhaps and helping them, or not necessarily taking over the class or even teaching, but just offering to be an aid to the person who is actually the instructor there. So another one, number 4, we're at number 4, is libraries and literacy programs. So libraries and literacy programs are a great place to find people who are needing to learn English. And these don't necessarily have to be people who speak other languages. These might be people who just didn't have the opportunity to learn to read and write when they were growing up. So there's always an opportunity to reach out to your local library and see, do they sponsor a literacy program, or do they know of a literacy program in town who might be looking for volunteers? Okay, number 5. So number 5 are churches. And again, this has to do with the affiliation of people moving into communities. And oftentimes one of the first places that they reach out to build a network is within their faith, right? And I'm not advocating any one faith here or that you even have to have a faith. I'm just saying I have met several teachers over the years who got their start in a church basement, teaching to a class of parishioners who had recently moved to their country and wanted to learn English. And the church took it upon themselves to find somebody in their community, in their people, the people who come there, to teach them. So if you are looking, I mean, I even know one woman who who didn't go to the church. She was driving home one day and noticed that the church just down the block from her had its schedule out, and it's at 9 o'clock in the morning we do this, and at 4 o'clock in the afternoon we have Bible study. And she noticed that at 7 or 8 in the evening they had an ESL class. And so it wasn't her church, it just happened to be very close to where she was, and she went down and said, "Hey, I'm looking to be an English teacher. I was wondering, I see that you're offering English classes here. Would you be interested in having somebody come in and volunteer to help your English instructor?" And it wasn't very much longer before she felt the confidence to go out and apply for a job and even started teaching. To be honest, she never left Canada. She got a job teaching in Canada and ended up staying. So, and then finally, number 7 is, we're on number 6. Okay, number 6 is to tutor somebody that you know. Maybe you know somebody in your community who has recently moved and is struggling with English, or maybe one of the people that you interact with on a daily or weekly basis who works at works at a store nearby, or works at a restaurant, or you've encountered somebody along the way that you know could benefit from learning English. You can offer to tutor them one-on-one. This doesn't have to be under the umbrella of somebody else, like a library or a church or a community center. You can do this on your own. Obviously, you're giving of your time, and you can be very transparent and say, I'm just getting my start, but I'll do what I can, and I'm eager to learn, and I know you are too, so what do you say? Okay, so the 7th way is, it's kind of like volunteering in a way, but you get a benefit out of this as well, would be to do a language exchange online. Meaning, and there are many sites, and I will include some of them in the notes for this video. There are sites out there that hook people up from all over the world who want to learn different languages to simply do a language exchange. So let's say I would like to learn Italian, and I can go onto one of these language sites and look for somebody who has registered there saying that they would like to learn English and they live in Italy and speak Italian. So I am giving of my time and essentially saying, yeah, I will help you with your English and you will help me learn Italian. So that is another way. If you don't live in a community, like many of you know, I grew up in an incredibly rural community in Montana in the United States, and we did not have any of this available to us. So for those of you who maybe don't live in a bigger community where you would be able to reach out to one of these organizations that I spoke about here, this is a way that you can still do this, and it would just require your time. So I hope that this has been helpful for you, and I hope that it sparked a couple of ideas in your mind of places that you could potentially go out, get some experience, and of course give back to the people of your community, or maybe even somebody on the other side of the world. And I promise you there will be incredible benefits to you as well. Not only will you be building your resume, you will be much more confident when you step into your role as head teacher, let's say, whether that's online or you become a paid tutor online or whatever. You're going to understand how to use certain resources. You're going to discover new resources, and you're probably going to make a mentor along the way in the teacher that you are helping. So I can't say enough good things about volunteering, and even if you have a degree, I would still say that if you have it in your heart or you think it would be a benefit to you, volunteering is a great way to go. So again, this is October, and I will see you again in the video for November's newsletter. I look forward to it.